Your first Ranji Trophy practice when you were drafted into the squad. Do you remember what happened?
Yeah, um I was very nervous.
I'm not interested in that. You went to the ground for practice without your kit bag.
That's not my first day.
That is
That was after a few days of me getting into the Ranji Trophy team.
You forgot.
So whoever has told you this has given you wrong information. But yeah, yes, that did happen. Uh, I was traveling in a local train. As Mumbai is so populated, the train was filled with people. There was no room for me to stand in that train, leave alone seating in the train. I was not able to stand, and I was literally on the doorway of that train, holding my kit bag. So, and we were just approaching the station. So, everybody were rushing out towards the gate. So in that process, I lost the control of my kit bag and I dropped my kit bag.
Is that the story you made up on the go, or is that the truth?
Why would I make a story like that? I was 17 years old at that point. I had no. Your brain doesn't work like that when you're 17. I was so scared and nervous at that stage to go and meet the coach and tell him that this is what happened, because you want to make an impression. It's your first entry to a competitive level of cricket, and you don't want to mess it up. And that is what I was thinking in my mind all the way till I got to the place.
What was Rohit Sharma growing up like when he was young, when he was 5 years old, 6 years old? I know you spent a lot of time with your grandparents, a little bit with your uncles as well. So what was it being Rohit Sharma at that age?
It's just like any other kid in Mumbai, growing up playing cricket in your backyard with your friends, school friends, and being naughty, breaking window glasses of your neighbors while playing cricket in your society. So those kind of things is what I grew up doing. Also, obviously, I gave a lot of thought to my education as well. At that point, although I was an average student, not good, not bad, but yeah, at that point you don't think of too far ahead. You just want to make yourself like you want to get good marks, good grades in your school, and keep pushing forward. And at the same time, whenever I used to have time, I used to play cricket with my school friends, with my building friends in the backyard. And yeah, we did a lot of naughty things while playing. A lot of our neighbors were not happy with it. In fact, they got cops to come and stop the cricket because we were breaking window glasses, which is not pleasing for anyone. But yeah, it's something that you enjoy when you're kids. You're playing, you're being yourself more than anything else. So that's what I did.
One of your biggest admirers at the start was Dilip Vinsap.
Yeah.
And the first net session you had when he watched you, apparently you got out 20 times. You were nicking outswingers for a joke.
Yeah.
And then everybody, Rohit Sharma can't play swing bowling, this, that. How do you deal with these kind of conversations that come across?
Like I told you, that experience was not the greatest, and I don't want to remember it because I used to look up to all these guys in Mumbai dressing room, Wasim Jafar, likes of Amol Muzumdar, Sairaj Bautule, Vinod Kamli. Ajit Agarkar was there for a brief period. He was busy playing international cricket. Sachin Tendulkar wasn't around. He was playing international cricket at that point. So all these guys, as kid growing up, you're looking up to all these guys, and entering that dressing room was not the easiest one. You saw all these guys sitting around you. That made me very nervous. And at the same time, when I have to go and face them, bat in the nets, guys like Avishkar Salvi, Ajit Agarkar, Swapnil Hazare, and many more. I don't want to remember it. Yes, absolutely right that I must have played like 30, 35 balls. Probably.
Were you trying to impress in that when you were
No,
batting?
I was just trying to bat. I didn't want it to impress anyone because I was a rookie at that point, and I just wanted to get the feeling of being with these stalwarts at that point. I was not thinking of impressing anyone because
So now, what would a Rohit Sharma tell a young boy where selectors are watching, big players are watching?
just be yourself. I think that's very important. You can't think of, okay, this guy is watching me. I need to bat for him. Rather than batting for yourself, you're batting for him, which is not ideal. When you're a youngster trying to get into the team, just be yourself and keep it as simple as possible. And that is what I was trying to do, which I failed doing miserably. I remember all these guys standing behind the nets and watching me, because like a lot of the guys told me, like, I asked them, why are these guys standing behind me and watching my batting, not yours or not anyone else's? So they told me, you are the guy whose name is doing the rounds, and like, you're an upcoming player. So they want to see what ability you have. Yeah, that made me a little happy, but
And then you play this net session, didn't go that well. Then were you dejected?
Not able to move my feet. Just nothing was going hand in hand. When you're batting, you like that flow happening, and you want that flow to kick in. That didn't happen. I was very nervous. But I would like to tell you, Vinod Kamli was the one who came to me and made me really comfortable. He told me, don't worry about all those guys standing behind and all of us watching you. Just bat. We've heard about you, that you are a good player, you play these kind of shots. Just think of those good things. So that was little motivating.
Exactly. Now that you speak about Vinod Kambli, he was a senior at that stage for Bombay. Today you're a senior for Team India. And I know this one thing about you, which is for me, it's a fascinating trait to have. You reach out to all the young boys and make them feel so comfortable. You speak to them about the game. More importantly, you will be one of the guys who will take them out for meals and all that. Is that a conscious effort, or is that something that you have in you?
I mean, when you're born, you don't have anything in you. You try and build yourself as a human being, and that is something that I have done. Because I have gone through all those things, and it made me so much uncomfortable when people don't come and talk to you, and when things are not going well, you need people to come and give you that motivation, which probably I would say I didn't have a lot. So I kind of feel where these guys are coming from and what situation these guys are in right now, just to make them comfortable. I'm no stalwart to just put my hand around them. It's just that when I know the feel of your teammate, your companion coming and showing that motivation and showing that support factor, which is very, very crucial. Someone may be having a bad day. All he needs at that point is just a pat on his back, or an arm around his neck, saying that, okay, don't worry about what has happened. What has happened is gone. You can't change it. Focus on what you can achieve tomorrow, and that is what I try and do.
You're somebody who's constantly met with adversity. Your biggest moment, for me, I thought, there's always, there's a certain change. And that happened in the 2011 World Cup. Was that your biggest body blow, so to say?
Yeah, it was the worst time. I still remember because...
I remember, sorry, I'll stop you there. I remember this headline that I vividly remember. Rohit Sharma. No Rohit Sharma for World Cup 2011. It was a headline that I saw, and I'll never forget it. So what happened during that time?
No, I was quite desperate to get into the team and do something for the team at that point. And I know, you will be playing in front of your home crowd. And I know the sort of team we had. We had the best chance of winning the World Cup. So I wanted to be part of that World Cup. And if I get an opportunity, try and make a difference. That is what I was thinking. And I mean, somewhere down the line, I blame myself. I don't want to blame anyone for it. It's just that I didn't had a great run, maybe slightly before that. But yeah, I think that setback was needed. That kind of setback was needed to improve myself, to understand my game better. I mean, I'm not saying this in a wrong way. Everyone wants to be part of the World Cup. But in a way, it did good for me. I came back as a different person altogether. I started learning more about my batting, trying to understand about my career, what I need to do from here on now. Those kind of things actually helped me a lot. And yeah, I sort of completely changed everything. I changed my uh, mindset firstly, and then a little bit of technical aspect of my game as well.
When you say mindset, like, the whole point of this interview is to help youngsters, and one of the things that you do is inspire young people.
Yeah.
What is that change that brought mentally? I know for a fact how you train. I wouldn't want to say it myself. I know the way you train started, was completely different. What are the mindset changes, lifestyle changes that you brought in after the 2011 World Cup?
Yeah, I mean, heaps actually. First things first and the foremost was, try and understand what you're doing. You're playing for your country. Out of 1.2 billion at that point, you are one of them who are knocking the door or playing on and off. You're there and about. So that actually was something that I wanted to take it really hard and say that, okay, this is an opportunity for me and I have to make the most of it. Before the World Cup, I wouldn't want to say that I was not giving that importance playing for India. It's not the story. It's not the case. It's just that I didn't understand the role because the batting position of mine kept changing. I was not able to adapt, and I thought, okay, if I'm batting at 7, I need to bat in the same way how I bat at number 3 or 4. So that kind of pushed me a little back because you need to change your game based on where you bat. And I only say that because when you're batting with 10 overs left, you need to bat in a different fashion than the way you bat at number 3. Now cricket has changed completely. Now we see batsmen trying to put pressure on the bowlers every time they walk out to bat. Bowlers coming out and hitting those bouncers, yorkers every time, which was not the case a decade ago. They used to come and still try to swing the ball and hit that length. It still happens, but now you see guys are more aggressive. They want to take wickets. Guys want to score runs quickly. So that is something that I didn't understand before the World Cup, and that is something that I told myself that when I come back into this Indian team again, doesn't matter if anyone gives me that role clarity. I should know what is expected out of me wherever I bat, and that's something that I kept telling myself, and that was the biggest change that I brought. Every time when there's a game happening, I'm batting at 6 or 7 or 5 or whatever it is, I'm watching the game and I'm visualizing that this is the position that I may bat and I need to do this for the team. It might be only 10 overs left at that point. What are my shot options? Which are the guys who are going to bowl to me at that stage? So those are the things, like trying to stay ahead of the game and those kind of things.
One of the things I hate when people say about you is lazy elegance, and they kind of feel that you're lazy outside as well. It's got no relevance at all. Can you please explain what?
When you're playing a sport, you cannot be lazy. As simple as that. Maybe it may sound or it may look on television, but if you're lazy, you cannot achieve what you want to achieve on the field. You have to be at it. When you're playing, you have to be at it. Like I said just now, you have to be ahead of the game, and you cannot be ahead of the game, ahead of your opposition if you're lazy. I mean, I'm not someone who's just sitting on what I've achieved before and say that, okay, I got 100 in the last game, I'm not willing to put an effort. It doesn't work like that in any sport. Every day is a fresh day, every day is a new day, new challenges, new opposition. So you just have to forget what has happened. And the only way you can do that is by staying ahead of the game, thinking in your mind that, okay, this is what you want to achieve. And I'm not saying, a lazy person cannot be that active in his mind.
So even behind all those brilliant looking shots, which is lazy for a lot of this effort going in.
There is an effort. You have to get onto the ball. When I pull the shot, when I play that pull shot, there is an effort. Otherwise, if you're lazy,
so when it comes at 155 and you're lazy, you can't hit that pull shot, can you?
Can't, yeah. When guys, there are guys who are bowling 145 plus and all that. You can't be lazy. You'll get hit on your head if you're lazy. So I don't think people understand that. But yeah, it's fine. They've been talking about this since I started playing for India. Oh, he's got lazy elegance, and I don't understand this term, lazy elegance.
There's nothing
Honestly,
called lazy elegance.
seriously.
You know, I mean, a lot of batsmen will crave it and want it, but the person who has it is saying there's nothing like that.
There is nothing
exists.
as such. I've also heard that he's got a lot of time. No, boss. I don't have any time. I know when I'm playing the bowler, you have to be at it, you have to get ready. There is no such thing as an extra time or he has got more time. Every batsman is challenged when he is facing the bowler. So you just have to be on top of your game, top of your mindset to come out on top for that particular delivery.
So
And
when
how-
somebody bowls at 150, whether it is Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma or random XYZ, it comes at the same
There's
time.
no time. that I wanted to.
There is no, you have the same time like everybody else. You
I
don't
mean,
have time.
guys are quick enough to rattle you. You know, there's no such thing. Yes, technically you can say he plays the ball late. That is something you can say. A lot of the guys, there are different kind of batsmanship that you see. You know, some guys like to press forward, meet the ball here. Some guys like to play it late here. So those kind of things. There's no such thing as he's got less time, more time. I don't think so.
You know, now that we talk about time, different times, there's more time while batting, less time while doing something else, but there were good times. And that happened in 2015 when you got married. But let's not get into the marriage. Let's get little before that, when a lot of your friends saw you and Ritika together and felt that, oh, you know, you all will make a great pair.
Yeah.
And then you quietly said, no, we are just friends, And then, in between, you all were dating for a bit and refused to tell all your close friends. And one of the good things about Rohit, I have to admit here, the friends that he had 20 years ago are still the same friends that he has today, but you kept it in a sneaky way, you kept it very quiet. May we all know why, please?
So first one, I'll think it was that we got married in 2015, but we
Don't
didn't
get that wrong. She'll kill you. Next.
No, before that you said that we were dating and a lot of people didn't know about
Not a lot
that.
of people. Your close friends who actually felt that you all make
And
a
they-
fabulous
yeah,
couple.
Yeah. But honestly, my wife is standing right here. You can ask her. We actually never felt it like that. We were, we were working together. She is still my manager and she was my manager back then as well. So we had a very kind of straightforward relationship, working relationship. And then after the work, we were really, really close friend. You know, like I don't care about what people think, but we know, yes, my close friends told me that, okay, we see something in this relationship. It's more than what
Just
you guys think.
A manager-player relationship.
Yeah, but
a
I
lot
said
more than
no.
that.
Yeah, it might be when you look at us, it might sound like, okay, yes, we have more than what we are right now, but it was never like that. It was just friendship and caring about each other and working relationship, very professional working relationship. But yeah, it turned out later that
So
all
the
my
friends
friends
were
were right.
And was there a quiet
yeah,
period of
yeah.
5 to 6 months when you all were together, but some of the close ones didn't know at that point? Was it there?
No, I mean, I just thought, how will I tell them? Because they have told me a year back that, or maybe much before that, you guys are very cute couple and all that. We see more than we will see.
No, you're still by far, no doubt.
Yeah. So when we started dating officially, we were thinking, how will I tell my friends? And just they're gonna
So you're a
pull
little
my.
shy.
Yeah, I mean,
Very
they're gonna
un-Rohit that is.
like,
Shy
they-
and Rohit, it just doesn't
not
go
shy.
together.
I mean, I didn't tell them. I said no. Yeah, these guys will not let me live.
Tell me this. I find this a fabulous trait about you. Fascinating, actually, is the right word. The same friends that you all had 20 years ago, I can name a few, but Murtuza and all of those guys.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
today, they're still your close friends. You look out for them. How have you managed that as a person? You travel so much, you're such a family
they are
man.
genuine people. This friendship started way back in 90s. We used to play together. These are my very, very close and childhood friends. When we were nothing, we were just enjoying
You're
each
just
other's.
bikers.
Not even bikers.
So you've still managed to hang on to them as your
Yeah,
dear
yeah,
ones.
they are the ones who I love hanging out with, because they keep it real, as simple as that. If I play a bad shot, they like to watch my game, of course. If I play a bad shot, they'll say, what the hell did you do? what shot was that? So, and I need that in my life. I need someone to just be honest and tell me, you're wrong, you're right, you're wrong, you're doing this is not right. So I need that. I mean, of course, you cannot be right all the time. And these friends, these close friends, help me to live my life in the way that I want. And I do the same to them as well. Often they call me for advice about their personal matters and all things like that. So, we have that kind of relationship.
The before Ritika Rohit Sharma was somebody who used to cry looking at Suryavanshi movies.
Yo, man.
That is before Ritika. Now the current after Ritika
I want to know
Rohit
who told
Sharma
you this.
is the guy who watches Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, How I Met Your Mother. Now tell me about this.
That has changed.
Tell me a little bit about this, please. I want to know.
I come from Borivali. Now, after marriage, I've become a townie. Kolaba. But no, I mean, you need to upgrade yourself, man, all the time. So I think I've done that.
You've just upgraded.
Yeah, I guess so.
Do you miss that old Suryavanshi crying
No,
Rohit Sharma?
no, not at all. I mean, when I am in England, I try and live the culture people live here. When I am in Bombay has different parts, town, my childhood place, Borivali. So when I go to Borivali, I try to be a Borivali lad. When I am in town,
Borivali lad.
yeah, lad. People in English.
I like it. No,
In
absolutely.
England, they call lad. When we are in Ritika's house, it's a different ball game there.
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, I enjoy that. I cannot be just one-dimensional. I like to be.
No, I think that's also your strength. If you
Yeah.
do go back to your roots, see all your old friends, you're that person, and then you come
Nowadays,
to...
you have to play shots everywhere.
Correct.
You can't just play one shot. So you need to have 4 or 5 shots.
You are a proper 360-degree player. So you've played the one test match in Southampton up till now, in England. Is that right?
Yeah. No,
You've seen a lot
I've-
of test matches. Before the World Test Championship final, you played one more, but in Southampton. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Southampton.
So now,
yes.
my question to you is, you've seen a lot of matches being played in England.
Yeah.
What do you think it is and it means to play in England for you?
No, the most challenging place to play cricket, without a doubt. Yeah, we have seen that over the years. It's not just me talking about it. The entire cricketing fraternity talks about it. It's the fact, and I've experienced myself on many occasions. Whether it was I played only 2 test matches here, but I've played a lot of white ball cricket, and it is challenging. So yeah, I mean, it's always as a cricketer, you always feel good about yourself when you do good in those kind of situation, in those kind of places where it's always challenging. But I'm not looking at that. I know what is expected out of me and what I need to do for the team. That is all I'm trying to think and trying to be in good frame of mind. The last 5 or 6 years that I've played cricket, I've tried to keep things as simple as possible. Not overthink or not underthink. You just have to have that right balance between that. So I think more on those lines, where I can keep a balance, nice balance between how much I think and how much I don't think. It's not like I never not think. You can sometimes overthink as well. So I try and keep that balance. And at the moment, it's just about having fun, enjoying cricket with my teammates. That's all I try and think.
If you take the openers for England, there's Burns and Sibley. If I may use the word, maybe it's a little strong. They're not the most beautiful looking players, if I may use. They're not the most good looking players. And on the other hand, there is Rohit Sharma, arguably the most good looking batsman ever to have played the game. Then there is a Mayank or a Prithvi Shaw, who are the other openers, along with Abhimanyu Ishwaran. Now, if you take most of them, they're very flamboyant. So England has what you call tough openers or grind, and then India has a lot more stroke makers, so to say. Where does this weigh up? What do you think about?
I think firstly, it doesn't really matter how people look when they bat. It's just what they produce at the end of the day. What results they give it to the team. Both of their openers, I saw a bit of them in England, in India. I don't really watch too much cricket on television, but obviously these guys played against us recently in India, and yeah, the conditions were challenging, but I got to see a little bit of their openers, and I think it doesn't really matter how they look when they defend the ball or how they look when they drive the ball. It's important the end result. That's what I'm trying to say for us as well. Cricket is not about how good you look. I think if you want to look good, you should try movies and see if you can have a career there. But I think for us, it's about result. And if they're giving results to their team, it doesn't matter how they play.
Where do you stand with comparisons? Like, for example, Gavaskar said you have a bit of Vivian Richards and a bit of Virendra Sehwag about you. Where do you stand with comparisons?
I hate it.
You don't like it?
Hate it. Everyone's different. You can't compare. Comparison is a thief of joy. It's just sit there and two people trying to compare people so that it's fun for the spectators to watch it. Oh wow, they're comparing. So this is what he does. This is what he doesn't do. It's good for the audience. Not if you ask any sportsman, they'll not be happy about it, because everyone has their own strength, weakness. Everyone's different. So I mean, how can you compare? It's only for television.
You made your test debut, had a fabulous start, but then after that, you were in and out. What was Rohit Sharma going through at that stage? Till about 2019. So those 4-5 years, you were in and out. What were you going through as a person? I know I have a follow-up question, but for this question, what was Rohit Sharma going through at that stage?
No, it just was tough. Whenever you have that sort of situation around you, it's not easy. You're not comfortable. But what can you do as a cricketer at that point?
In your case, you were acing white ball cricket. You've become a very dominant force in white ball cricket, but still finding it hard to figure out Test cricket. So how was it? How was that?
That was, I'm telling you, it was not the easiest when you're going through that phase. But having played cricket for a while, there's so much you can do at that stage. All you can do is work on your game and keep enjoying your game. That is something that I was trying to do. Not think, I was not getting frustrated that I'm not finding a place in the squad or anything like that, because I've the first 5 or 6 years I was very hard on myself. Like you said, the World Cup, after World Cup, this has changed in my thought process, that I'm not going to think too much about what has happened or what is happening with me right now. I just want to focus on my game and try and improve my game, because you can only control the controllables, and the controllables was to see how much far I can take my front foot, if I can leave the ball outside off stump. Those were the things that I could control. I was never be able to control the selectors, the selection, the pitches.
You're definitely talking about the fact that when you take on situations, all you're trying to do is control whatever is within you. The way you prepare, the way you come, the same things over the routines.
So that is something that I told myself. If I'm not getting a place in the team, if I'm getting dropped, or this is after the World Cup, like I told myself that I'm not going to get frustrated with those kind of things, because there's nothing you can do. So that is the change that I brought in myself, that if something happens, something bad happens, you have a bad day on the field, it's fine. Just go relax in your room and try and just unwind.
Can I say post 2019, when you came back into the Test team, you were okay to fail? It's okay if Rohit Sharma failed a Test match?
100%. I mean, as a sportsman, you will have bad days, you will have off days. So you have to accept that you're going to fail, and you should be okay with it. And I was very much okay with it, because I know when I have my day, I want to make the most of it. When you're having a bad day, it can become your worst day. Like when you get out on 0, there's a possibility when you go to field you might drop a catch, and that may lose a game for the team. So it's better that what has happened, you just let it go and just try and enjoy and focus on what you have in hand.
You see, it's interesting, isn't it? When you made your debut, I was there at your side. Like basically, I was standing and you walked in and we batted together.
And I remember that incident. I asked you what is happening, Dinesh, Andrew Hall was bowling,
yes.
And he had a bit of an awkward action. I asked you what sort of pace he is bowling at, because I need to be ready. You said, no, it's normal coming inside. The first ball I faced hit my pad really hard. I got a bruising. I was bruised under my pads, because I had no idea about the protection and all that. I just wore blue pads and came to bat. So Dinesh could have helped me saying, he's bowling a little bit of, it's reverse swinging, and he's bowling a little quick. So get ready.
But everybody said you have
Dinesh
extra.
was my senior partner at that point.
But everybody told me
didn't
Rohit
help
Sharma has extra time.
That is what I meant by extra time. Nobody in the world has extra time. Time is time. So make the most of it.
Tell us a little bit about Rohit Sharma, the father to Samera. Is he does he melt? I heard you put her in schooling. You have to wake up very early to sit with her. How does that feel?
Yeah, her schooling has started. I mean, I love being a father. I think it's the best thing that has happened. Fatherhood. People make you feel that, oh, you become a father. Old, man. You're old. But it's not. I'm happy being old. If people think that way, it's the best thing.
Just one, sorry. Whether other people think you're old or not, you are old. 14 years you're playing.
Yeah, 14
you're
years.
old.
But I made...
Let's make that very clear. You're young at heart. I'll give you that. But old.
Good one. But yeah, no, it's the best thing. I love it. Right now, the times we are going through, all these kids, they have to do online thing, and which is not ideal for these kids to sit in front of an iPad or a laptop and go through all those. But yeah, whatever we have in hand, we have to take that situation. But yeah, waking up early is difficult. I've woken up twice, thrice maybe. My wife does the classes with her. It's only because I was not so good at academics, so my wife takes over that. But I do a lot of homework with her later.
I'm sure you'll be a fabulous father. You're underplaying, like everything else about you, you're underplaying this.
No,
I've spoken to Ritika and she's told me that you're a fabulous father.
Fatherhood is not judged only by waking up early and sitting for the class.
You do other facets which you're not speaking about, which is understandable.
Which I love, yeah.
I mean, is she a proper daddy's girl? Anything she asks?
I mean, she loves Mama the most.
Okay.
I'll say I'm the second.
Second. It's not a bad place to be.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
Brand Rohit Sharma. That's something I've closely followed. I know Rohit Sharma as a person, but as a brand, what he's trying to do is leaving the world a better place. I know you do rhino conservation, you speak about it, the ocean a little bit. What does this mean to you?
It means a lot. Let me put it in a very simple manner. It's just, I think about our future generation. What will they have? They'll have nothing. If the world continues the way it is right now, it's going to be sad. It's going to be sad. It's going to be tough for all these young kids who are growing up now. They won't have fresh air to breathe. They won't have ocean to go and watch all the marine life. That is something you think about every day, because we are doing this right now, and we enjoy it so much, and I want this to continue. As simple as that. I'm not trying to complicate things here and say, oh no, because of this, because of that. It's just logically, if you think of it, it makes you sad that what we are doing right now, and it makes you so happy. And I know, I'm pretty 100% sure, if my child tomorrow goes into the ocean and sees all this marine life, she will be thrilled. You give her a chocolate or ice cream or something, and on the other hand, you keep these things, she will pick these things, because that is something that she loves, and that's inborn. Also, we are trying to inculcate these kind of things when she grows up. Like, we have to take care of our oceans, we have to take care of our animals and things like that. It's very important that you teach your kid, and when they grow up, they can educate few other friends of theirs, and that's how it spreads. And what I try and do is just spread awareness and try and tell people, if you can help, it'll be great.
As a batter, there is white ball cricketer these days and red ball cricketer. Do you think the younger generation will oscillate a lot towards white ball cricket? That's one question. B, if they also want to play red ball cricket, white ball cricket and red ball cricket, what are the small changes that they would need to make? Because you're so good at it, what are the changes that you would say that they need to look into?
I think firstly, it all depends on individual, how they've been brought up, what sort of education they are having about playing cricket. If the coaches and where they are growing up is the place where it's only IPL or 100 or Big Bash, those kind of things are talked about, then those guys will not understand the importance of red ball cricket. And it's important for guys like who are playing currently to talk about a red ball cricket a lot, because of course it's the challenging format, and you try and challenge yourself as a sportsman every day, and that is the best format where you will be challenged every day. So it's also responsibility of ours to try and tell all these younger guys how important it is.
Red ball cricket is.
Yeah, and also the place where they grow up and where they go to academies and all that.
So in your journey, has red ball cricket been tougher?
Easily, and it will be, no matter, even if for example, even if I get how much ever runs or whatever it is, it will still be the most
And why do you
challenging.
say that?
No, because 5 days you have to be at your best. I'm a batsman, I can say I have to bat, but I do another thing in the slips.
Yeah.
I have to catch. I have to catch and I have to be alert. I have to, help my bowlers get those wickets. And if you don't get 20 wickets, you're not winning games.
So it's all about being physically fit and mentally fit
Yeah,
as well.
you both. I mean, that is why I say 5 days is the toughest. You have to be at your best. Waking up every day with your sore body is not easy. I feel for the bowlers, poor guys. I mean, they just have to bowl after bowl, overs after overs, and then wake up again and then come do it again. It's tough. It's not easy.
Do you think a good white ball cricketer can also be a good red ball cricketer?
Why not? 100%. How I see at the moment is, mentally what do you talk to yourself? Mentally what do you tell yourself is what will happen. If you tell yourself, no, I'm only good enough for white ball, inside maybe you will not talk to anyone, but inside what you're thinking.
Absolutely.
And that exactly will happen. If you're saying to yourself within the room that you are confined that, okay, maybe I'm not good enough for red ball, or I don't enjoy red ball. No, it's not fun. I don't want to wake up every day. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go through all those 90 overs through the day. Then you won't be able to do it. Then you won't. So which is why we keep talking about mindset. We keep talking about mind. Mind is the most powerful thing. This is the reason. Because what you tell your mind is what will come out. You tell your mind that this is what I want to achieve. Maybe you will not achieve, but at least you will go in that direction to achieve it. See, there's no guarantee whether you will have success if you think like that. But at least you are trying for it. And that is what matters. You try. You succeed, you succeed. You fail, you fail. I've learned this through a little bit of captaincy that I've done for Mumbai Indians, because I know that I've been in so many different situations with Mumbai. When I had bowlers like Malinga, Bumrah, Mitchell Johnson and those kind of guys, your mind is telling something and your stat is telling something. I always go with my mind, and that has helped me, which is where I got a signal that please trust your mind, whatever you want to do. There will be a voice which will keep coming out and will tell you, I think you should do this. So it's just that you have to listen to your inner voice and trust that, okay, this is what it is. You will fail also, Dinesh. I'm not saying that, always when you do that, you will get result and you will be successful and this and that. No. At least then when you go back, even if you fail, you'll think that, okay, I trusted my instinct. I did what was told to me by my inner voice. Then you fail, it's fine. I had a great experience of captaining Mumbai, which I think has helped me immensely. Not just on the field, but off the field, to conduct myself and all of those things. This captaincy has helped me, really.
For all young captains, leaders out there, do all your preparation, which you do, I know, and you're very good at it. Background, homework, stats, who's a good matchup, everything. But in the ground, every time there's a question, listen to your instincts.
That's only for you to have a second option, like plan B. But the first option is always to, because you're playing the game, you know what it is. If a batsman doesn't know how to play cover drive, feed him. Let him play cover drive. That is common sense. That is basic. If a guy doesn't know how to cut the ball, try and make him cut the ball. Those are simple basic things. And then if those plans doesn't work, you go to your stats and think, okay, this is what we saw previous night and this is where he struggles. Let's try that today and let's see My plan A has not worked. Let's see. This is my plan B if it works.
Rohit Sharma takes a flight back on September 15th to Dubai.
Yeah.
What would make Rohit Sharma happy for his on-field performances? What would you have liked to achieve in the next 1 month when you're in England?
I just want us to win. I'm not worried about how much runs I am going to get or how many hundreds I need to score. I just want to win here. It's a great chance for us to win here. Because we have the team, we have the squad, we have the players, we have the bowlers to take 20 wickets. So we just want to challenge their batters here as well. You know, I know they have a bit of inexperience in the middle order with some of the new guys coming in, but they're all good. Don't get me wrong there, but yeah, this is our best chance to win in England. Yeah, so that's, for me, it's all about winning championship now, Dinesh. Not about how much I get, I want to win championships, man.